daily. Our breath getting deeper, deeper lately. I like that, baby, 'cause I can't get enough. Yeah, I can't get enough. Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't get enough.
Dice que no le es suficiente, está mal de la mente. Cuando está solita que entre, música para ponerla en ambiente, yeah. Ella quiere que como aquella vez, le busco todo. Todo lo que se pone bonito se le ve. Empezamos a pie y ahora andamos en el jet. Vamos a calentar, baby, tú. No se quiere olvidar, lo quiere recordar, baby.
'Cause I can't get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get enough.
Latino gang.
Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't crazy. I like that, you like that, so let's be crazy. The contact, impact, I want that daily. Our breath getting deeper, deeper lately. I like that, baby. Yeah. Ooh, no one's gotta know. We can keep it low key. I'll be fine alone, long as you're alone with me.
Tell 'em.
So incredible, unforgettable on me. 'Cause I can't get enough.
Benny Blanco.
Yeah, I can't get enough.
Chibabe man. Selena.
Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't.
Show me more top plays! From episode 24, it's Huey Strangler. Breaking ankles and catching in the green three. Now, it's Showtime JNO, putting them on a poster. And one. Season opportunity and punctuates for the post.
The beautiful, dramatic setting here in Salt Lake City, Utah becomes apparent when you get a look at the aerial shot of the surroundings. A good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Look at Utah. They've had a great season, and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, Minnesota. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
All the talk around them now is already about what's going to take place in the offseason. Who's going to go? Who's going to stay? I'd be surprised if they don't have a much different look next year.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, the Utah Jazz tries to keep their players happy by financially incentivizing them. Contract bonuses include on-the-court performance, physical fitness, and off-season workouts. The team's general manager said, "To be a significant program, we need to be great defensively and with individual development. The bonuses are created with those goals in mind." Kevin?
Thanks, DA. Smitty, we have a good rivalry game tonight with two conference foes. This should be a beauty.
Yes, indeed. I think the fans feel it. The coaches feel it. Us as announcers, we feel it. The atmosphere is going to be great.
It is indeed. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. We've got D'Angelo Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. And for Utah, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in at center. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. And here's Russell. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Inside. Here's Towns, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And it's Beasley in the corner. No good with the triple. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Jazz. The drive by Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell pushing the basketball down your throat. We know he's going to be aggressive time and time again.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Now the Timberwolves with it. Now Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And he wreaked havoc on defense with 4 steals for the game.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Thunder. Fires from deep. Gobert pulls it in.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's O'Neal. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Beasley with a clean look. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Utah the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Buries the long-range jumper.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Bounce pass, Russell. Towns down low. Gobert on him. Russell with a wide open look. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Coming out of Louisville, Donovan Mitchell projected as a defender. He's a better ball handler and shot creator than people bargain for.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And you know, Smitty, he can play with the ball or off the ball, but Utah's offense runs best with the ball in Donovan Mitchell's hands.
Yeah, reason why, Kevin, he draws so much defensive attention. Able to score what I love at all 3 levels. That creates open shots for his teammates.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now here's Beasley. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's Conley. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 9 points. Will it go? Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Jazz have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Here's Mitchell. Good work there as it goes. Mitchell's got 8 points.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Beasley.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Now here's Beasley. Pass to Towns. Here's Russell. And nothing is falling for him right now.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovic, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovic has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Steve, we know it's a long season for the players, but talk about the coaches.
Kevin, you've seen it. Those coaches that are on a hot seat, they have those bags under their eyes, no sleep. Those coaches that have a long contract and they're winning, they're pretty good. And I think the coaches that sleep well is the coaches that have teams that they know that kind of runs themselves.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And it's Russell in the corner. And it's off from three-point range.
He's been scoreless for a while now. They're still trailing here. They might want to move to some other options offensively. He'd like to have that one back. That's easy money.
There's the pass to Okogie. From deep. That shot, no good. And Utah the other way now. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Towns. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Bogdanovic in the corner over Hernangomez. And there's Bogdanovic. That's good on the assist from Conley.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Utah leading by 13. Baseline J on the way, and Utah again with the bucket.
What a wonderful pull-up jumper from Mike Conley. You can't give him that much room.
Stolen by Michael Conley. Unloads from 13, and that one good. Conley's got 10 points.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Towns against Gobert. There's Russell with the 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
Here's Mitchell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D. Wade with how he plays.
First free throw is good.
I love Donovan Mitchell's versatility as a scorer. Half court, in transition, at the line, adapts his game to whatever the night calls for.
Minnesota making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And Mitchell drops them both.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Now, here is Russell. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Here's Okogie, guarded by O'Neal. Towns, wide open. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Utah. And a change for the Timberwolves. Layman's checked in. And a first time out of the game called for Utah. And he's checked in for Mitchell. There's a break in the action, so a rundown now. The most reliable power forwards and centers over the past month when it comes to shooting the basketball. Rudy Gobert is second.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Every one of them possesses a great touch around the basket. When they receive the ball in good position in the paint, it is just about automatic.
Here's Okogie. Michael Conley making his last shot.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Corner shot. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovic. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Timberwolves trail by 15. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Towns, the pass to Russell. Here's Okogie. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his third assist on the night.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Now, here is Russell. Following the miss by Michael Conley. Lets it go with a three. And D'Angelo Russell, good for three. Russell's got a couple of threes now in the first for Minnesota. Baseline try. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And that's now 6 points for Bojan Bogdanovic. To the paint, here's Johnson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Nice presence inside. Johnson with a variety of moves and extremely good footwork makes him a difficult matchup.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
And already over a decade in the league for Mike Conley. He never got past the numbers game to make the All-Star team in the crowded Western Conference, but make no mistake about it, Conley is star caliber.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Greg, you talk to Conley, he'll admit he's been frustrated trying to break through and get that recognition.
Still, the way he plays the game, not focused on his individual numbers, unselfish, and focused on what the team needs to win.
And Conley drops them both.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Culver with it. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And it's Conley penetrating. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Conley's got 16 points.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Culver passes to Reed. And another 3 for Minnesota.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
This has been a beatdown right here, possibly over before it began.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Pass to Layman. Johnson outside. Noel. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Conley. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Yes, out on the road, it's hard to overcome missed opportunities, even when you're playing hard.
Shot's good by Clarkson. Clarkson's got his second basket of the game.
Few players in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
Passes it to Reed. The dish to Culver. Wide open. That one off the back iron and out.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And that one good from Clarkson.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Now, here's Culver. 12 points his last outing. A 3-ball. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Conley's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 10. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Bogdanovich finds Conley. It's blocked.
And great positioning there from Culver. That's what allowed him to get the block.
Ed Davis is checked in for the Jazz. Emmanuel Mudiay comes in for Michael Conley.
Ed Davis.
Here's Ingles. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Noel. He's covered by Clarkson. 3-pointer. And Davis pulls it down.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
To the middle. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
And just a solid way to start the game, 4-5.
Here's Reed, defended by Gobert. Six to shoot. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game.
Noel. Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Utah leading by 12. Here's Moutier, finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Reason why momentum can flip so quickly. We see it time and time again, teams giving up big leads. So much of rebound is about positioning, effort, no lack of it right there.
Shoots from the baseline, good. Clarkson's got 10.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And so it's the Utah Jazz with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone in the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Jazz, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Jazz, they've got Davis, Emmanuel Moutier out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Joe Ingles, and it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The baseline J, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Look at the big man Gobert sprint down the court, looking determined to beat everyone to the bucket.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. Free throw drops for Culver. You know, the league is trying to maximize competition, Steve, and flatten the draft lottery odds has been one way to do it. Will that be enough, or is there still work to be done in that regard?
You know, I love the way they've done it so far, but I still think they can tweak it even more, and we'll get a better product on the floor where teams get a chance to compete for all 82 games. I like what I'm seeing right now.
And so he's able to get one of two.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, three-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Noel, covered by Mitchell. Johnson at the elbow. Noel gets it to go from beyond the arc. He has 7. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
Beasley outside. Three-pointer. And another three for Minnesota.
His second make from beyond the arc this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Here's Moutier. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his fourth assist in this one.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
This is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Utah calls timeout.
Turn me into a giant.
Look at some numbers for Ingles, how the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's averaging 8 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Count the basket.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Here's Mitchell. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Mitchell's got 6 here in this quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Beasley, the pass to Towns. Hernan Gomez in the corner. His three-pointers off the mark.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Beasley outside. The quick look, no good that time.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Mitchell, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Mitchell doing a good job. In order to have a chance in this league, you've got to be able to score. He's done that tonight.
Puts it up from 15, and again it's Utah.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the third of 7 straight on the road.
An impressive all-around player. Culver passes the ball well for a guy at that position. They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Minnesota making a switch here. Okogie's checked in. And let's step aside for a minute to look at some of the point guards who have been doing a whole lot more than passing lately. They're the top scorers at that position over the last 10 games. Third is D'Angelo Russell.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in our league. I mean, to see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
There are so many point guards in this league today who can put points on the board. Just look at those numbers.
And the Jazz call time here. So, Smitty, if we take James Harden out of the equation, who has the best step-back jumper in the NBA right now?
You know, there's a few guys. Damian Lillard has an unbelievable step back. Steph Curry, Bradley Beal creates a lot of space on his step back jumper.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. 18th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And like you were saying, one of the stronger scorers in the league. A tireless worker on the offensive end, and it's no wonder he's top 20 in points. To the paint, it's stolen by Moutier. And now Ingles pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Ingles has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Making plays inside the arc, Joe Ingles' shot looks pure from any distance.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Minnesota's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Here's a Kogi. It's stolen by Ingles. And here again, the Jazz in transition. Up the court they go.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Pass to a Kogi. And the layup's good off the glass.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
Here's Mitchell. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Mitchell's got 26 points.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Beasley, the pass to Okogie. Dishes to Russell. Outside, Towns. Here's Okogie, guarded by O'Neal. And the basket by Okogie.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Here's Moutier. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Moutier's got 6.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Russell from long range. Utah with the rebound. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. A baseline J, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Oh, yeah, as always, Ingles is going to look for that lefty jumper, and why not? It has served him well.
Russell passes to Hernan Gomez, and Davis sends it back. Here's Moutier, and the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Jazz with some changes. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and Mike Conley subbed in for Moutier. Mitchell against Beasley. The wide open shot from Hernan Gomez. And the 3 off target.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's O'Neal. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Count it.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
So cerebral out there. You always feel like Conley's making the right decision.
The pass to Towns. Russell left side. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. 8 points for D'Angelo Russell.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Here's Mitchell. That one drops for him. Mitchell's got 28 points for the game.
Building off a solid first quarter, he's been lights out here in the second.
Down low, here's Beasley. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
The Jazz shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Bogdanovich, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Yeah, Bogdanovich, a high percentage scorer, an efficient shooter, and he loves that mid-range area.
The feed to Towns. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And it's in there. Bogdanovich has got 4 points this quarter.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
Towns, no luck.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look for Utah. Gobert comes in for O'Neal, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. And a change for the Timberwolves. Layman's checked in. Here's Gobert. Kept alive. Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Basket good. Here's Okogie. 8 points for him. To the inside, and the dunk by Towns.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Towns has gotten 6 of his 10 shots to go in for him, so 60% shooting on the night. Conley's shot is off. Minnesota shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Here's Okogie. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And the Jazz with possession here. Here's Conley. Drills the baseline jumper. Conley's got 22.
We know what Conley can do as a playmaker, but tonight it's been about his scoring.
Here's Russell. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Clarkson. Some terrific NBA players right now out of Michigan State. And Smitty, we know that's your alma mater. Which of those guys do you enjoy watching the most?
Kevin, I really enjoy watching all of them because I've got a close relationship with all our Michigan State Spartans. Gary Harris, Draymond Green, Jaren Jackson Jr. Bryn Forbes, Denzel Valentine, and the list goes on. I love because I watched them and I know they're going to come out and play extremely hard because of Tom Izzo and the Michigan State brand of basketball.
And you know, Clarkson entering the league as a second-round pick, a little unsung for most of his career, but always seems to find a way to contribute.
Good on the triple.
Oh, he's heating up here now in the second quarter. Watch out.
Here's Conley trying to get open as Davis. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 8 points in the quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And he comes up with the deuce. That's now 8 points for Jarrett Culver.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
Noel. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Now, here's Culver. Covered by Conley. Inside, Johnson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lays it up and banks it in. Conley's got 26.
One of Conley's calling cards, getting into the paint and converting, even though he's often the smallest guy on the floor.
That's tipped. And here's Culver. He's got 8. 5 on the clock. The 10-footer. Misses off the left iron. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He ended up with 28 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
It was just Donovan Mitchell imposing his will. Physically gifted, coachable, and the man works tirelessly. So much heart in this game.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
I got a beautiful smile.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Checking out the group now for Ryan Saunders to start the second half. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. It's Beasley on the wing, covered by Mitchell. Left side, Towns. And Towns throws it down.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
What you love about Donovan Mitchell, not only does he explode into his moves, he finishes with authority.
Timberwolves shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Now Beasley. Outside, Towns. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. The three-pointer, no good. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Mitchell, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 7th assist in the game. And the Timberwolves with possession. Now here's Beasley. He's got 6, knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Gobert. He's been on a tremendous roll since the All-Star break, getting around 12 points a game, 9 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
You know what? It's part effort, part instincts. You see teams trying to keep a body or 2 on him, but that's easier said than done.
Okogie misses. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Conley. The offensive rebound, O'Neal. And he drops in the layup off the glass. O'Neal's got 9.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Conley into the lane, and the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Got it. Good job in the low post. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter. Smitty, Snyder also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's Okogie, guarded by O'Neal. Teardrop shot, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Now, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That's his second personal foul.
The Timberwolves shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. So much new technology. A lot of it's so exciting, Steve. Did you see the demo of the jersey that can change a player's name and number the other day? Wow, that was something.
I did. I saw the demonstration that Adam Silver did. It is fantastic. I was thinking about myself, Kevin. I played for 7 teams. That's a lot of changing of the name and number.
That really is. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Mitchell with it. Now guarded by Towns.
I like that Donovan Mitchell's not afraid to attack the rim. He finished strong.
The Timberwolves shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Russell kicks to Beasley. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Here's Russell.
You got to keep your head on the swivel when you go up against Rudy Gobert.
Here's Mitchell, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That's his 4th personal foul.
A defense unto himself. Rudy Gobert regarded by his team as the Utah Jazz version of Bill Russell.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And Smitty, the standing reach of Gobert, 9'7". He's around the rim before he leaves his feet.
Yes, Kevin, the most efficient shots in basketball are dunks and layups, and he makes them hard to come by.
And Mitchell drops them both. Second half here, we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Pass to Towns. No good that time. And it's Utah the other way. Ingles, that's for 2. Another miss by Utah. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Okogie misses.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Russell with it. Now defended by Moutier. To the middle. Here's Hernan Gomez. Gobert with the defensive effort. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. That's good for Mitchell on the assist by Gobert. Mitchell's got 40 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
Hernan Gomez passes to Russell, and there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Passes to Okogie. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Just 4 to shoot. Beasley for 3.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got 8.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
It's tipped, and so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last. Johnson, he's checked in for Juan Hernan Gomez.
James Johnson.
Here's Beasley, a beautiful reverse layup. He's got 8.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And it's Mitchell missing.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Russell, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And that's pro. Russell gets his man a little out of position and draws the foul.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
And the first one drops.
Being a lottery pick often comes with high expectations, but Russell has shaped into a quality NBA player.
And so Russell hits them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Here's Moutier, and he banks in the layup.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Beasley. That shot misses. Good D by Mitchell. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
The Jazz making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Jake Layman's checked in for Okogie. And Culver's subbed in for Malik Beasley.
You see the practice time Ingles has put in. Completely in rhythm. No problem with that shot.
Russell feeling it out a bit. And it's Lehman in the corner. The shot, no good. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Here's Clarkson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one is on Towns.
At the line for your Jazz, Jordan Clarkson, taking 2 shots.
Two.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. The Timberwolves shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. There's the pass to Reed. Now here's Culver from downtown. Utah with the rebound. Gobert. Here's Ingles. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
Wing shot on the way. He can't get it to go. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Pass to Reed. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Effort's been there, check mark. The physicality, check mark. They set the tone for this game early on.
The Timberwolves shooting at 46%, making some buckets. To the inside, and it's Johnson with the jam.
And that's what you want to see more of from James Johnson, being authoritative at the rim.
Culver kicks to Lehman. The second effort, and Johnson finishes off inside. Johnson's got 8.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Gobert, well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Hey, let's give Rudy Gobert some credit for putting in the work. He can now hit the mid-range jumper.
Here's Reed, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
And if you don't, they keep finding the matchup every time up the floor. This is the shot you want to get him, an open look from range.
The shot by Culver, nobody around. And he can't answer back, the three-pointer offline. Goes up on the wing. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. And that's 12 points for Bojan Bogdanovic.
And I like the commitment from Bogdanovic. Even when he gets knocked around, he stays focused on the rim.
Now, here's Culver. Defense is right there. Count that one. Culver's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Over to the left wing. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Assist goes to.
They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
So it's the Timberwolves now. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
Technical foul.
One shot.
No
For Minnesota, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
One shot.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. A different look for Utah. Davis is checked in for Bogdanovich. Royce O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Mike Conley in for Moutier. Utah's on defense. Noel, he's covered by Clarkson. Reed misses. And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Jazz. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 28.
Really enjoy watching Conley take it all the way. Defense can't match it with his blinding speed.
Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant right before the draft that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Passes it to Reed. Here's Culver. Sinks the three-pointer. Culver's got 16.
And looking good there from distance. Culver fundamentally sound with his jumper.
Gobert, the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Timberwolves shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Fades away. Reed misses.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's O'Neal. Clarkson, the rebound by Johnson. The Timberwolves shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And Culver gets it to go on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And looking at that Lakers matchup, they can't come out playing timid. Just because they're facing the top team in the West, you've got to play your game, minimize mistakes, and if they do that, they got a chance at the W.
And that one falls for Conley.
He's an ultra-quick lefty with a great feel for how to run a team. Mike Conley is a tremendous asset for this franchise.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 48 seconds left in the third. Here's Culver.
Oh, wow! Young fella. And that attacking mindset. When Culver sees an opportunity like that, he just grabs it.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Pass to Layman. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Jazz. Davis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Shot's good by Clarkson. Culver with it. 21 points in the game. Down low, Noel. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Fires from the corner, and Utah again with the bucket. Here's Layman. That shot off the mark. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Utah Jazz. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. We'll return shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Timberwolves shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. It's stolen by Bradley. Bradley is out there with Davis. And it's Tucker in at the shooting guard. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Culver. He dishes it to Evans. Here's Vanderbilt. Kicks to Culver. Here's Spellman. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
The defense has to feel real embarrassed right now. They totally got schooled on that highlight reel play. He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there. Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
And he makes that one. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bradley. Another miss by Utah.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Here's Spellman. Misses the three.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Culver passes to Spellman. Good on the three-point shot. Spellman's got 5 points now this quarter.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Picked away. Here's Williams-Goss, and he uses the glass on the layup. And here's Evans. The pass to Spellman. Noel, guarded by Tucker. Here's Culver. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And Culver's been aggressive as well, and his shot is going down with consistency.
Keeps it alive. Davis on the follow.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish. This is what you do when your opponent's trying to take away the three and the painted area.
For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Vanderbilt. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Utah. Here's Williams-Goss. And Utah again with the bucket.
The defense was clearly not on the same page. No one picked up the open man.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Poked away. It's stolen by Bradley. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Here's Tucker. Makes it off the glass.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And I'm going to give him a lot of credit because he saw what he was up against and he was undeterred.
That's tipped. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Williams-Goss. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
How about the force there from Culver, making sure to finish with power, leaving no doubt with that finish.
That's his first personal foul.
NBA gets headlines daily. You know it does, Smitty? Around the calendar, there's no off-season, but does the added scrutiny put more pressure, you think, on the players?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it. Now you look at it, everybody wants to see what you're doing in the off-season. And 24/7, you look at it right now, everybody has a camera phone, and everybody's looking for the stars, what they're doing off the court.
And the Jazz call time here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
They was sleeping on that boy like I make everybody fall off. Handle life all black like a Batman. Dribble too much, who is that man? Put your name and your niggas on a hashtag. This is easy, it's like shooting on a trash can. Like shit, this boy from Romeo, but I swear I have no conscience. She with that guy, I drop you for like always hit the target, then
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for Evans. Well, Smitty, the league's unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are start talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
And making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Niang, that's good. Timberwolves have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Pass to Culver. Launches a 3, and another 3 for Minnesota.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Again, the Jazz score.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Passes it to Spellman. Lays it up off the glass. Spellman's got 7 points here in this quarter. The Jazz shooting an unreal 70% from the field, making a mockery of this defense. Yep, it counts.
Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Utah making a change here. Boudier's checked in, and the Jazz call time here. A lot of people think, Steve, there are 3 factors necessary to achieving organizational success. Ownership, and ownership. What do you think?
I guess it's ownership. I think it also comes down to trust. Trust in anything gets you a chance to be successful.
And, Steve, you know, it's just about establishing that culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think you got to have an identity, a culture that everybody wants to be a part of.
Culver passes to Vanderbilt. Pass to Spellman. Kicks it out to Evans. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Noel trains it from beyond the arc. 21 points in the game.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Here's Tucker. Off the left rim and out.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
Now the pass to Vanderbilt. Now here's Culver. Guarded by Bradley. And it's Evans missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
A nice shot by Tucker. So it's Minnesota now. You know, Smitty, the NBA more active now in developing players before they enter the NBA. Not just the fundamentals, but the values of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. The league has been taking a hands-on approach. There's nothing wrong with teaching the next generation life lessons about the sport and through the sport.
Evans can't get that one to fall. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Pass to Culver. Noel. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
Here's Tucker. And again, it's Utah. Minnesota's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Passes to Spellman. He kicks it to Culver. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Tucker. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got his 6th assist on the night.
A tale of 2 halves. He's really turned it around here, scoring the ball.
Culver in the corner. Rebounded by the Jazz. Bradley's got his 6th rebound on the night. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Steve, you know, there is some hostility we're finding between the media, some teams and players, boycotting of certain journalists. Coach Steve Kerr said it's a dangerous situation. What's your view?
You know, I think it is from a standpoint from a players and organizations with the media, but I think also the media, somebody's going to have to police those guys as well. We got to have it where we're both on the same team. You might not agree, but you got to be on the same team.
I agree.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Offensive rebound, Reed. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
It's good. Tucker's got 14 points now in the second half.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
It's stolen. Evans against Moutier. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
His form could have been much better seeing how much time he had to shoot that one, but he got it to fall.
Knocked loose. Pass to Vanderbilt. Here's Spellman, guarded by Bradley. Clock at 6. And there's the pass to Vanderbilt. Evans, that's a 2-pointer. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Tucker. And that one goes long.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
And again, Minnesota will turn it over. Davis is checked in for Utah.
Davis.
And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Williams-Goss. Rebound, Minnesota.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Noel. The shot that time, not on target. So Utah will take it the other way.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Utah.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Mike Conley.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout.
Get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time! All right, fans, I want everyone here in the arena to get on up out of your seats and make some noise for your Jazz Dancer!
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Their previous 2 games have been losses, so something had to change to get them going again. And he provided that spark, giving them a huge jolt of energy. Here's Niang. Evans with the steal. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And no good. Bradley, no one around him. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night, trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
So it's the Jazz now. Here's Tucker. Trying to get open is Davis. Evans with some nice D. High post try. The rebound by Niang.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Rudy. This is a defense-first team, and you picked it up in the second half. What changes did you make at the half?
I feel like we weren't focused in the first half defensively, and we just have to come back and communicate and just be focused, and that's what we did.
Attention to detail, Rudy. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.